That's that melanin. Yeah, that's that chocolate. Yeah, we killing them. Yeah, that's that chocolate. That's that melanin. Yeah, that's that chocolate. We be killing them with all that chocolate.
CC's my name. Love is my game. Blue and green's my color. I stay repping my team. My girls in every shade. We put the S in slay. I'm lifting up my queens, fixing crowns. That's my thing. She cute as fuck. Junk in that trunk. Brush up the cinnamon. Yeah, girl, he love that melanin.
That's that melanin. Yeah, that's that chocolate. Yeah, we killing.
Okay, this is quarantine madness. Hi, welcome to another episode of my skincare routine video. Yeah. The first video I created had like really good reception. A lot of you guys, a lot of people actually have been sending me messages like, oh, what do you use for your skin? Because I've been posting pictures of my popping skin, and people have been asking me questions like, what do you use? Some of you guys didn't know that I had already put out a video, so I directed a couple of people to my YouTube video, and I hope you've watched. So I was gonna make like different videos, a different video actually, but I thought I owed you this. I said I was gonna do my evening routine, so here I am sharing my evening routine with you guys. So I'm gonna go straight right into it. If you've not watched the first video and you're watching this, you should also see the first video. The first video I talked more about the products that I used in the morning, and there are some products also that I use there that I also use them in the evening, but I'm not going to talk about them in details in this video. So yeah, you should actually definitely check it out so you get more information about the products. Okay, so the first thing I do in the evening, what are you waiting first? Of course, I do this first. I have showed you guys this one in the first video. It's the Garnier Micellar Oil Infused Cleansing Water. You should check it out in the first video, how I use it, how much it costs, all those things, all this information I already gave it out in the first video. So yeah, but this is what I'll use first. I'll use this to get my makeup off, even if I don't have makeup on. Sometimes, like if my face has been greasy outside, I would use this first. So yeah. And the second thing, that would be my face wash. I also talked about this in the first video. I talked about this face wash. It's the Kate Somerville. Yep, you can see it. It's the Kate Somerville face wash. How much it costs, what I use it for, what it does, everything I talked about in the first video. It's really good. It's the face wash that I use. I put it on for like 1 minute and I wash it off, and that's it. Okay, so the next thing I do, of course, again, I talked about this in the first video. It's the, I always don't know how to pronounce this thing. I don't know, is it German? Is it Dutch? What is it? Is it English? Doesn't sound like English though. Ole Henriksen. I think it's German or Dutch. I don't know. French? I'm not sure. So actually, I would use this after I had cleansed my face as a toner, and yeah, I also talked about this in my first video, and yep, you should check out the first video also to get how much this costs. And yeah, it's a Glow OH2 dark spot toner. Anyway, talked about it. Of course, I also use this. So like I said, I actually mentioned it like at the end of the first video that my evening routine is pretty much very similar to my morning routine. There's just a few changes really. So yeah, this also is part of what I said in the morning routine. This had a label, and I told you guys how much I love this. This is like my holy grail product. Yeah, and of course when I'm done with this, so yeah, this is now to the real complication of my evening routine, guys. So I use this. It's the Bolden Nighttime Serum. I hope you can say it. The Bolden Nighttime Repair Serum. It's 10% glycolic acid. I started using this September, and actually, of course, I told you guys that I have a skincare expert, and my skincare expert prescribed this for me, and she was like, this is really good, like, you know, it's gonna help with my dark spots. I used to have a lot of dark spots. I talked about that in the first video. So yeah, I started using this in December. It's 10% glycolic acid. So I'm not advised to use it every night. So I use it like 2 or 3 times a week, thereabout. So I use it 2 or 3 times a week. I bought this for like 14,000 naira in Nigeria. I haven't had to buy it here, so I don't know if it's here or, you know, how much it even costs. But it lasts. I feel like it's a pretty good investment because there's still a lot inside. Because it's not much. Well, I mean, like, you don't need much. You just need like a little. So you just put a little in, you know, on your finger, and it goes a long way. So you don't need so much. So I feel like this can last me a year. Yeah. So I've been using it, and I don't know, my skin is glowing. I'm using a lot of products. I can't. So the thing about it is, people always ask me, what do you use for your dark spot? What do you use to clear your face? And I'm like, I can't actually say this is what worked, because I use a lot of products. So I can't attribute the clearing of the dark spot to just one product. Honestly, I can't. I just can't, because I use quite a number. So yeah. And the thing about these products is that most of them work hand in hand together. So yeah, some of them wouldn't work alone. Some of them you have to use with another, you know, those kind of things. And then after I use that, on days when I use the nighttime serum, I would just moisturize thereafter. Like I said, I use the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors. I talked about this in the initial video. I talked about how much it cost, and, you know, I love it. It does the work of moisturizing, and yeah, it just does everything that I want. So yeah, days when I don't use the nighttime serum, what I would do after my Hada Labo, which is my hydration stage, I would follow it up with mandelic acid. I hope you can see it. I would follow it up with mandelic acid. Now, I love this product. I've talked about how I love my Hada Labo. I also love my my face wash, and then I love mandelic acid. I feel like mandelic acid is such a great acid, you know, for my skin, because I noticed some difference, like, with mandelic acid when I started using it on my skin. So I love mandelic acid. It's also an AHA. It's actually a chemical that's similar to glycolic acid. It's just that it's less, what's the word now? Glycolic acid is more harsh. Is that how to explain? Like, it's harsher. This is like a milder form of glycolic acid. So if you have a sensitive skin, mandelic acid is good for you. But one thing about mandelic acid that they say is that it does work slower than glycolic. However, the outcome usually lasts longer than the outcome of glycolic acid. And they also say that mandelic acid works deeper into the skin. Like, if you have dark spots that are deep seated into your skin, they say mandelic acid is good for it. So yeah, I started using mandelic acid when I got here in the UK, and I got this. This is usually like between £6 and £7. It's an Ordinary product. They're all around that range, and yeah, it's really good. What else do I use after that? Oh, okay. Then retinol. Let me see if it's gonna show. Tretinoin. If you see, you're gonna see something like tretinoin and gel. Ret-A gel, something like that. It's tretinoin gel. Yeah, it's retinol basically. I know some of you guys would have heard about retinol, and you know, you guys have heard all kinds of things about retinol. Retinol is good. Yeah, it's really good. It's one of the first things my skincare, expert placed me on, and she was like, you need to get on retinol. There's actually this thing that they say about once you're 25 years old, you should start retinol because it slows down your aging process. And I totally agree. So if you know how retinol works, you would agree. Retinol basically, what it does is it increases cell renewal, increases it increases cell renewal, like the rate at cell renewal rate. So the rate at which your cell turns over, retinol increases it. So that means that more often your skin is going to turn over, your skin surface layer is going to turn over and then bring out like a more radiant, a more radiant skin underneath, which is really what happens. Like normally our skin turn over. So what happens is when you're younger, your skin cell turnover rate is higher, but as you get older, your skin cell turnover rate slows down. And that's why you see that our skin start getting dull. The glow is not as, popping as it used to be when we were younger. It's not as fresh as it used to be. And that's because the skin cell turnover rate is reducing. And what retinol basically does, it increases that skin cell turnover rate. So what I do is I use this on the days when I use my mandelic acid. I use retinol, and I use retinol 2 or 3 times a week. I don't use it more than that. Most of the time, if you contact a skincare expert, they will never tell you to use retinol every night because it's highly potent. Especially this one. This one is very, very potent because it comes in the generic form. It comes in retinol itself, the active ingredient itself. It's not mixed with any other thing. It's not a cream that has retinol in it. So this is very, very active. Some people use retinol in creams like L'Oreal, Lancome, all these products. A lot of products, actually Olay, a lot of products have retinol in them. So yeah, you could get that also. But like for me, I was prescribed this because my skincare expert was like, this works better and faster. So yeah, I started using it. And one thing you should just know about retinol is when you start using retinol, your skin will should most likely go through a process called purging. So when you start using it, you could freak out. You could freak out because your skin could just break out. And you'll be so scared. And you'll be like, what's going on? What's going on? It happened to me for like about 4 weeks when I started using retinol. And yeah. But then I remember when I asked my skincare expert, she kept saying like, continue using it, don't stop it. If you stop it, then whenever you have to introduce it again, you're going to have to go through the same process again. So what I did was, I actually just continued. And one other thing you should know that can happen with retinol, your skin can peel. But not, for me, it wasn't like the ugly peel. It was, that kind of peel that happens when your skin is dry. Yeah, that was the kind of peel that I experienced. So it wasn't that kind of peel of, oh, my skin is peeling, like the whole layer is peeling, like you looking like a Dracula or something. No. Mine actually peeled, but then like little, like almost not as noticeable as you would think. So yeah, it was really good. And that sort of helped. The thing is, retinol works slowly, so it's not the kind of thing that you start using today and you'll be like, oh, in the next 2 months, oh, I can see everything is fine, everything is popping. No, all these products generally, they work slowly. I always tell people like skincare journey is a very, very slow journey. You have to just be patient and all that. Another thing you need to know is that when you start using chemicals, like even like your toner, your face wash, all these other things, even some of the things that I talked about in the first video that I used, you have to know that most times you will purge first. So not just about retinol. Like whenever I notice for myself, whenever I introduce a new product that is a new chemical that my body or my face rather hasn't been used to, I purge first. And then after like 4 weeks, my skin goes back to normal and I'm fine. So that's totally normal and it's expected. Another thing, so after I use my retinol, usually, of course, I just moisturize. So actually, that's about it. That's about my evening routine. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is sheet mask. So the other things that I do apart from this regular, routine is once in a while, and I won't lie, I'm supposed to be doing this twice a week, but I don't have time. Since I came to the UK and started my master's, I've not had time to be very regular, I won't lie, but once in a while, I'm supposed to be using a sheet mask. Most of the time, I use hydrating sheet masks because that was like what I really needed. I really needed more moisture and more hydration in my skin. And yeah, so I'll use sheet mask. But I don't have an hydration sheet mask here, but I got this one here. It's a charcoal detox purify and cleanse sheet mask. What this is supposed to do is it's supposed to draw out excess oil and helps to leave pores cleansed or whatever it is. Anyway, the point is I sometimes use sheet mask. Yeah, what else do I do? So yep, that's about my routine. Just general things that I want to say to you guys. Don't be afraid to go bold with your skin, okay? The point is, don't be afraid to go big. Don't be stingy with your skin. Your skin has memory. I remember that was the first thing my skincare expert told me. She's like, your skin has memory. How you treat your skin is going to treat you back like that in a few years. And I'm like, whoa. So your skin has memory. You have to treat your skin like with care. Even if you have a really terrible skin. Now that's something I want to talk about. Even when you have a terrible skin, how you treat your skin matters. Treat it like it's the skin of your dreams. Yeah, even while it's not the skin of your dreams. Treat it like it's the skin of your dreams. When I started this whole thing, you should have seen my face. You should have seen my face. Oh my God. It was terrible. I had the worst melasma. I had the worst, discolorations, uneven tone, rough texture, everything. Everything was basbos. Basbos. It was terrible. And yeah, but what I had to do, I had to start learning to love my skin even while it was basbos. So yeah, that's something you should learn. Like, love your skin even when it's not yet what you want it to be. Another thing is, don't be afraid, or don't be shy to do things. For instance, peel. I had once done a peel before. Yeah, that's something I wanted to tell you guys. I did a peel. The first peel I did is a mandelic acid peel, and it really worked. So I had been using all these products before I did the peel for like 2 months, and my melasma wasn't going, and I needed a melasma to go because of it I couldn't go out without makeup, and it was really affecting my self-esteem, and I was very insecure about it. So I was like, you know what, at this point I'm ready to do just about anything. So I went for a peel. And about 2 to 3 weeks after the peel, the melasma just disappeared. It was a mandelic acid peel. And after that, I had done like 2 more peels. And yeah, was also, I had a buns at the time. I went back in for the mandelic acid peel, and 2 to 3 weeks after, the buns disappeared. So that's another thing. Don't be afraid to do like things like if you want to do a peel, you could do it. Just make sure, that's my only warning, guys. My warning. Do your peel with someone that is highly experienced. Do your peel with someone that is highly experienced. Peels can go wrong. Like all the way wrong. Your face will just burn anyhow. So that's the only thing I'll say. Like if you need lace, if you need a lacer, if you need a microdermabrasion, just do it, but just make sure you're doing it with like experts. So yeah, anyway, I don't want to waste your time. That's about what I have for you guys. So I hope you have enjoyed this skincare routine, 2 episodes together. Thank you so much. Feel free to share, comment, ask me anything. If you need help with your skin, I can connect you with my skincare expert. She doesn't even have to see you. Like I said, she's like, I did virtual consultation with her, and she has helped me this far. So, and I'm not doing this because she told me to do it. Like, she doesn't even know I'm doing this video, but I just feel like she's great at what she does. So yeah, if you want, I could just, hit her up for you. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Quarantine is gonna make me release another video very soon, so stay tuned. Please subscribe to my channel. Love you guys. Bye.